The following podcast is recorded and produced by 𝗏𝗏𝗏, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at 𝗏𝗏𝗏-radio.com.
Jules here. Football is back, so we're back with it. Been a while since we did a football related video. We got Damon here as always. And next to me, the return, the reemergence, the resurgence, Skyler Hunt, making his return. Obviously, before we get into anything, just want to give you guys a quick shout out. Thanks for all the support. As always appreciate it. But as we get into this, we're going to be talking about future bets. Now, future bets are something that I feel like more people need to look into. Obviously, when you got a long season, so many variables, it doesn't seem so easy to bet on. But obviously, if you got a player that you like, you think gonna go off this year, bet they're over. If you think somebody's terrible, they're gonna decline, bet they're under. I'm saying I feel like that's a little bit easier to manage instead of game to game because we kind of already got their schedule laid out, so you could they have a bad game this game, good game this game. Balance it all out. So we'll talk about a few. If you guys want to play some, they'll be all over the video. Gonna throw a bunch of lines out there for you guys. The quicker the better because first guy I got could be interesting. But we'll start from left to right. Mr. Damon, Mr. Future Bet himself.
Yeah, never won one in my life.
No, you Mr. Future Bet, bro.
Actually, I won NBA ones. So I'm him actually. First future bet, man. I'm taking the easy line. I like 𝙁𝙗𝙗𝗚 yards at over.
What am I?
What were they at again?
I got them marked down at 775.5.
I've seen in the sevens.
Yeah. See, I know it was in the sevens. I really like that. 750.5 on this one.
Ooh, where'd you get that line?
This is on Bet365.
Okay, yeah. Okay. We need to find the lowest ones on there.
Yeah. So he's at 750.5, and that's minus 112. That's pretty decent value for a guy that's probably gonna be Josh Allen's number one target no matter what. Mm-hmm. There's no alpha wide receiver there now. Got a bunch of. I want to say the wide receiver core is bad, but it's kind of just a bunch of filling guys. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna take that as good value for me. I think that's easy.
For you, Damon.
Okay. I'm gonna start with a hitter. All right. I'm gonna go to the award section. All right, go ahead, throw a little cheap dollar in here. You know what I'm saying? I got Dallas Turner. He was rookie of the year, bro.
Hey, I like that. I like that.
Do what you need to do.
Okay.
I like that.
Do what you need to do, man.
Part of a good scheme. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong to make some money.
Shitty ass defense.
But with situations like that, as you said, you play good. You in the forefront like last year with Anderson.
And in the division like that too, like you got, I think they in the division with Caleb Williams and them and Jordan Love. Yeah, that's gonna be not a dog fight, but I'm gonna say them games gonna be competitive.
Some games will be dog fights. Their games might not.
Yeah, you know what I mean. They gonna try hard. They gonna try, and that's all you can ask for. So
they put in effort.
That's all that matters. For me, I'm gonna get a little bit more in depth with mine. I got Russell Wilson under 2,750.5 passing yards. Go with two ways with this. Either A, we don't wish injury on nobody, but Russell Wilson in an offense like this, the offensive line is very young. There's a chance they don't throw a lot. It's not a ton of volume. There's a chance for injury there. That's the first thing. More logically, I'll say this: if you're a team, let's just say we all play in the Madden franchise, all four of us. Is that, any of us taking a 35-year-old, 36-year-old quarterback?
Me.
If you miss. So let's say you're missing the mark. You haven't been in the Super Bowl in so long. This is a prestigious franchise. Steelers got the most, or tied for the most. Do you go with the 36-year-old quarterback and potentially have to pay him 2-3 years, $100 million with these different contracts coming out where they're averaging about $55 to $58 million a year, or do you pay the guy or want to see the guy that you just traded for very cheaply, Justin Fields, who's been getting rave reviews over, this trading camp. Russell Wilson also dealing with a calf injury. Those linger. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that. Let's just say he has to play. Let's say he plays the first 10 or 11 games because their schedule's pretty easy. I looked at it. I could see them being like 5-3 before the bye week. They got a lot of easy games. But then I turn to Fitz and Tua. Do we wanna win these games and be all right, or do we want to set up our future with a team that got George Pickens, with a team that might not have Najee Harris next year? You know, this young offensive line, this defense that is pretty good. With Arthur Smith, what quarterback do you think he would lean for more to implement his system?
Yeah, what kind of offense?
It has. I feel like every sign points to Justin Fields at least starting at least 40% of the games this year. So I would say that would lead him to like 6 or 7 games. I feel like there's no way that we see Russell Wilson play a full season for the Pittsburgh Steelers unless he's lighting it up.
You better see prime Seattle Russ come back.
If he lights it up, then fuck it. He light it up.
Yep.
But the odds are he just is not going to light it up. And his average, I think he's average like 223 yards per game if he plays 12 games. Last year he had 214 yards per game. I'm not saying that Broncos' offensive weapons were better than the Steelers, but you know he didn't have terrible options because they were all healthy, relatively.
Shit, I think they better than the options he got now. To be honest,
yeah, because I'm hearing that Van Jefferson is the damn number 2.
They said that.
And if we got Najee Harris and Jalen Warren, they're going to be running that ball way more than Javonte Williams and Jalen Wilson.
Oh yeah, Rowan Wilson's hurt. They
Yeah.
said they're trying Warren in the slot a lot.
Yeah. So I mean, all I'm saying is give me that fucking under. That's all I can say.
Good play.
Best for last. It is round 1. I guess Skyler, who you got for your first?
Yeah, so some Dame took Kincaid, which was my layup. I mean, I pivot. I got more. So this one, I got 2 players I'll group into one. So same odds, same line actually. It's their rushing yards at 525.5. I'm taking the over on Jaden Daniels and Anthony Richardson rushing yard this year. When you equate that out to a 17-game season, say they play every game, that's all you got to do is get 31 rushing yards a game. These dudes were dual threat, prolific rushers and passers like through college. I mean, last year before injury, Richardson was averaging over 45 a game. He does that again for 15 games. He's easily clearing that mark. I think the line's just set too low for them, especially like Jaden Daniels. I mean, usually rookies, they tend to rush more, especially when the pocket collapses. They don't want to take sacks. The first read gone, they're off. They're going to run a little bit. There's just if these guys stay healthy, play 17 games, they should easily clear this mark, like go over 750 probably. Every good dual threat QB does it. Josh Allen does it every year. Lamar, Hurts, Daniel Jones clears this number. Like I just see no way these 2 guys don't hit that, and you get that for minus 112 over on FanDuel. Like I'm taking those all day.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, did not know those were that low.
Jaden Daniels being that low.
Jaden Daniels being that low is insane.
Daniel Jones is doing 700 a year.
Richardson, I guess I understand, but
I think Daniels was at like 800 and sacks count against rushing yards. Yeah. So that's
I didn't know that in college.
Oh, I knew that.
I didn't know that.
I knew that, and I knew it the moment I loaded up college football 25.
I knew this today when I had minus 28 yards.
They had 5 rushes for negative 5 yards.
Hey.
1 sack. I got sacked 1 time.
Yeah, that rule is terrible in college.
Yeah, it kind of does kill but they, usually scouts do know that these rushers have high ceilings if they get to the NFL, to rush for crazy totals. Back to you, Damien. What you got for another line?
Josh Allen, most interceptions thrown.
Here
I'm playing, bro.
Here we go.
Chill, bro. Chill.
Not kidding.
What's your odds on that?
It was that play. He's the favorite, plus 800.
Wow.
Yeah, he's the favorite right now.
I figured.
My next one, actually, I'm going to sound like a hater, because I am one. Chargers, their wins are at 8.5.
8.5.
Their wins are at 8.5.
Like
no,
that.
they're not winning 9 games. Absolutely not. They do have a relatively easy schedule. I know, they're top 2. I get it. Their easy schedule's all that, but that team is not all there. I'm not gonna sit here and think that Jim Harbaugh's gonna come back and put them in 9 wins. Their division, I get they're dealing with the Raiders and Broncos, but you're also still dealing with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert just got a plantar fascia injury today. I know it's not considered
scary.
serious. But those foot injuries, how you said, even Russell Wilson, those do not just go away.
Look at Najee last year.
That's what I'm saying. So I was I'm looking at it like that, where if Justin Herbert, God forbid, like you said, we don't wish injury on anybody, but if he goes down, that team is in the hole automatically. Nobody they put in the back is going to be able to make up for that. I'm taking that under 8.5.
Yeah, I like that line actually a lot. Only like you said, those injuries linger, but I don't think they're ready. I think they're not ready. I think they even came out and said that they're
that's
not ready.
plus 130.
I can see them finishing right around that 8-9 mark.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
I can
probably
see
when you
them
can
getting hot
sweat
at the
out
end of
all
the
year.
year.
Yeah,
At
you
the
probably
end of the
sweat that
year,
one out.
It's gonna be interesting, like you said, because it's easy schedule. But they literally came out and said they're not ready to compete.
So
And 9 wins is close to playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like that basically saying like they got the Raiders and the Broncos sitting at 6.5, 5.5. Like I would rather see the Raiders win 7 games at that rate.
Yeah.
Like before I see them saying the Chargers win 9.
And what else is the reason?
Chill.
What's the reason?
I don't want to say that.
We already got you on camera doing it, bro.
We'll talk more about Herbert.
I hate Justin Herbert.
Back on the table. We ain't going to get into it too much. For you, Damon, you got another line for us?
This a hard one, man. So it's Matthew Stafford, 3,800 passing yards. There's a part of me is like, yo, you got Puka Nuka, whatever his name is, Puka Nuka, and Cooper Kupp fully healthy. But it's like Stafford got to be healthy too for that. So it's like, that's a tough one. But it's like in a perfect world, I'm going over on that. In a perfect world, it's real tough. Cause like I feel like those two out there and him healthy. Like,
they already combined them probably for like 2,600.
That's what I'm saying.
You need 200 from
2,600,
Kobe Parker,
like,
Sid,
you know what I
Kyra
mean?
Williams,
Get Demarcus Robinson like 500 yards.
I'm gonna go over because it's like shit. Like, bro, Matt Stafford got probably another 2-3 years left. This gotta be his last.
Yeah,
He looked good last year.
They're still trying to get a new contract.
Yeah, they're trying to get
so
a
they
new
got
contract.
plans for him.
I'm gonna go over on that, bro. Just them two out there alone, like that helps you win. Like I remember, I think they played the Lions. I'm like, yo, I think the Lions will have problems with these motherfuckers. Like,
yeah, we were talking. We were
these two
saying
out
that.
there, like
I
it's
swore they
too
were, too.
crazy. They just need one more piece out there to step up. So I'm gonna go with them. I'm gonna go with over on that 3,800 passing yards.
I thought you were going to say under because I got burned bad on Stafford. I think he only played 15 games and he cleared that line by 100 yards.
Yeah,
I
I
Stafford
can't.
under. He had like 3,200 with like
I'm
4
gonna go
games
over.
left.
I'm gonna go over because like he gotta be healthy too for that. But it's like, bro,
I mean,
Cooper
London
Kupp,
he should have.
Puka,
Yeah.
it's hard, bro. He might get that shit, like-
Underestimating an elite quarterback is not.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done doing it. He got it. So I'm gonna go over.
I mean, Dame just underestimated elite quarterback in Herbert.
Elite?
We tossing that word around for Justin Herbert. I guess
I can't use for Justin Herbert. I can use
Two
good
in the
quarterback.
code is
I can
elite.
use quarterback.
Like, let's talk about it.
I can use White. I can use.
Why you gotta bring up? Why you gotta bring up my quarterback? I ain't bring up my
I
quarterback. I
use
gotta
a
bring
lot
up
of words for Herbert. Elite might not be one.
Ain't Drake May playing like Joe Milton?
I was gonna bring up Drake May too. I was gonna bring up Drake May. I was gonna bring up Drake May because Drake May gonna lose motherfuckers money. So we gonna get to that in the next one. You know what I mean? We'll get to that in the next one. But
For me, I just said disrespecting elite quarterback is just not smart. The most disrespectful line I'm seeing right now is Josh Allen at 3,800. That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
That's ridiculous. He has not touched anything less than 4,000 since his second year. That's just ridiculous to me.
They don't think
I'll group it. I'll group another thing into this. I got for MVP for several reasons. When you lose an impact player like Stephon Diggs, you lose. You know, people hyped up Gabe Davis, but he's still just a guy. So you lose in 300 targets, I would say, and maybe even less than that, maybe like 250.
I think it was like 260.
Yeah, 260 makes perfect sense. You lose 260 targets. You have to manage your 260 targets between Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel, Khalil Shakir. No All-Pros in there, no Pro Bowlers in there, no highly touted talent. That's a can't-miss guy. Kincaid was, first rounder, so I'll give him something. But if you got a guy who had, I want to say 8 rushing touchdowns in his last 6 games, I think that's more than Lamar Jackson over a full season. That was more than Jalen Hurts in that same amount of time. That's more than any quarterback in that amount of time. And they also talk about, the whole Joe Brady, coming in. There's only 2 outlier games in there. The Dallas game, obviously, if James Cook is running wild, you just keep handing the ball off. He only threw 15 times, completed 7 passes. That's never gonna happen in a Josh Allen game ever again. That's an outlier. The second outlier is that we had the Philly game. A lot of weird stuff going on at that game. I think Stephon Diggs dropped 60, maybe 70 yards worth of passes. Like, that was something that was going on a lot in their last 6 or 7 games where people were like, they're not throwing the ball a lot. They actually threw the ball a pretty decent amount. They maybe took away 6 attempts, I want to say, after I did all the math. I don't see a world where Josh Allen throws under 4,000 yards ever again. He's one of the best throwers in the league. It's almost not even really close. Like, he's up there. He's like top 2 to me. And if you got a guy that can run the ball like that, their winning total line is at 10.5. I don't think as a team they're that great, but I think Josh Allen as a player, 11-6 with the stat lines that they have listed for him. If he kills all those lines, there's no way that Vegas cannot put him as MVP and make his odds go up and up and up. it's better to bet this line now because the only two guys ahead of him are C.J. Stroud. Everybody's betting him. You never bet with the public on MVPs or Defensive Player of the Years or whatever. And then Patrick Mahomes, who's gotten a new rookie target, but he might be losing one of his, number ones from last year. A lot of variables there with Mahomes, and it might be voter fatigue still. He might still have to do more because he has to throw the ball more than Josh Allen. I would say Josh Allen is my MVP at plus 900. I would love to take that value today, but unfortunately we live in New York. Yeah. So things could change, obviously. You know what I'm saying? But disrespectful lines like this, like, you just got to jump on. There's no way 3,800 yards is like, you know what I'm saying? That's the same for Matt Stafford. Yeah. That's disrespectful. And he actually has great targets. So you're telling me somebody with great targets and throws the ball more is supposed to be in line with somebody that does, like, it's almost telling me that y'all trying to bait people to take the under because, oh my God, Josh Allen probably gonna do bad this year.
Yeah,
there's no way in hell Josh Allen does bad this year.
That's a bait. That's a bait.
It has to be a bait.
Like Josh Allen don't want to play football no more.
Yeah, like he would, and this is like one of the most the healthiest quarterbacks. Like, almost never misses a game.
Despite how he plays, despite how he plays too.
I said, and he got like teams like Arizona week 1. Like for Damon, he hates Miami, so he got 300 yards in the chamber for that game. He only needs to average 243 a game. If he misses one game,
that's bad.
And if, let's say, it's an unexpected blowout another game, he needs to have like 256 per game. The man was averaging like 4,200 yards over the last 4 years. It doesn't make his line just does not make sense. I feel like everybody should probably bet this with that Kincaid one and
put them together.
And boom, you got you got two guys that you can monitor at the same time, realistically. So I'm there with Josh Allen as MVP and over 380.
We're gonna find
3,800. I'm sorry.
We're gonna find out who Josh Allen is as a man, bro. Because he killed Bill Belichick teams, but we got a black coach and he was racist back in his days. So it's like,
man,
that's tough. Like,
you saying that?
Yo, you bring up the Wyoming days.
No, that was you saying.
You know what I mean? He might be extra
There's
motivated.
all minority coaches in the AFC East now. So let's
that's why he kills Miami.
Really start thinking about something.
They got minority coaches in Miami. That's what it is.
I'm not doing that, bro.
But for you, Skyler, you got another lock for us.
You did take my MVP pick.
Yeah, I knew I was.
I mean, if you tone down the interception numbers, you win the division. You have the storyline. Like, I mean, it's hit to lose. It's hit to lose. But my next bet is actually one that I've seen that really intrigues me. It's Mahomes to lead the league in passing at plus 650. So last year, Mahomes was like 6, and he had what everybody was saying was one of the worst receiving corps in the league. We watched every game. You see MVS dropping balls, Tony dropping balls, Guy Moore dropping balls. Everybody couldn't catch. Like, it was Mahomes doing everything he could. Now he enters this season, which is probably the best all-around receiving corps he's ever had. Obviously, it's not like he doesn't have the best player like how he had Tyreek Hill, but now it's the most complete. You got Hollywood Brown and Worthy that can stretch that field for you, and like, honestly, they're more complete receivers. They can run more routes. You have Rashee Rice, who looks like not getting suspended. You still have Travis Kelce. Still have Pacheco on them coming out the backfield you can dump off to. You have Andy Reid drawing up these plays. Like, there's no world where he doesn't finish top 3 lead in passing this year. So if you can get him at plus 650 to lead it, I think that's just a good value you're getting all day long. I just don't see him not being up there. Like, it should be scary for the league this year with the receiving core that he has. Now he can really have fun and just air it out every game, which I expect him to do. Because also, I think that defense is going to take a little bit of a step back. I think they overperformed last year. So now they might be even more shootouts that makes them throw it more. So I see him easily going near 5,000 yards this year, my prediction.
I feel like this: if niggas ain't beat the Chiefs last year,
you messed up not beating them last year.
Yeah,
what's going on?
Yeah, you literally did.
And now they want a 3-peat, so now they're more motivated because they want to be like the first to 3-peat or first in how many years to do it.
That's the year to beat them. So it's like now they back on their timing.
Like, that receiving core, I'm scared of it now. Well, you give Mahomes all these weapons.
Yeah. It should be interesting. I feel like they could start slow, and I think like that's the thing with me and like fantasy outlook and like betting outlook. Like, I'm heavy on Pacheco early, but down the stretch, I think that's when they're gonna start uncorking that ball, and Worthy's gonna be a problem, and Rice is gonna be great, and Travis Kelce is gonna get into I talk shit about Travis Kelce. My folks talk, what was he calling him? Eric Ebron. Eric Ebron, that's a little crazy. But then, like, in the playoffs, we've seen who Travis Kelce really is. One of the best tight ends to ever play the game, realistically. I mean, even though he had all the annoying shit with, the Taylor Swift, that's all in the past now. we got our fix for that. I think now we see a better version of him. And he came into the year hurt, so I like that line a lot for sure because like realistically, as of right now, they're very healthy. We've only seen good things that come out of the Chiefs camp besides people overreacting to Xavier Worthy getting bumped off the line. Like,
no, you mean you weren't expecting 160-pounder?
Oh my God, he got bumped off the line. Like, do that 50 straight plays. Guarantee catch 47 of them.
At least 40 of them, he burned.
You might get him on the ground for 3 of them. All right, so we'll spin back to you, Damien. If you got another line, or
I'm gonna combine. I'm gonna save my MVP one for the last one. I'm gonna combine this two because this is my first round pick in fantasy. Marvin Harrison, offensive rookie of the year with his catches. His catches are at 83.5.
I like that.
Kyler Murray is able to support a number 1 wide receiver. He showed it with D-Hop for multiple years. Kyler Murray is fully healthy now. I expect him to have a big year, even with, I get they have Zay Jones is out there. Trey McBride obviously emerged last year.
You write that down. I just did the math in my head. 4 catches a game is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I was like, Marvin Harrison at 83.5 catches is nuts for a guy that
get 10 targets a game.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. I said Kyler is going to feed him. I was like, he's going to get peppered with targets, even if Trey McBride has another monster year. There's more than enough targets left around. And no offense to Zay Jones, or I know there's the guy they drafted last year.
Drake Dortch.
Yeah, I was like, nobody's stealing targets from Marvin Harrison at the end of the day. That's not named Trey McBride. So 83.5 catches along with, I think, offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Barring Kyler or Jaden Daniels having like the most outrageous seasons ever.
Yeah. I mean, I look at it the same way. Like, he supports the number 1 receiver every year, and even when like D-Hop was out for half the year, so D-Hop came back. I think he had like 60 catches.
That's what I'm saying. D-Hop literally missed 6 games. I had him in fantasy that year. He had 6 games and then still came back and finished as a top wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm like, that's insane, realistically.
And then when it was just Marquise Brown that force feed.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I say, Marvin Harrison is clearly far and away the best wide receiver on this football team.
The best wide receiver he's ever had.
Yeah, by a lot. So I like that. Well, okay, wait, not better. You said ever had. I didn't mean by D-Hop.
Better than Christian Kirk.
Debatable.
Christian Kirk,
start putting those names out there.
Larry Fitzgerald, that 1 year.
That 1 year, Larry Fitzgerald.
He never technically retired. Like, he's waiting for a contract. Like, he's waiting.
He's waiting to get re-signed.
I don't know who's gonna sign him.
He don't want to leave the Cardinals, but the Cardinals don't want him. So
but they already got rid of him, so he left him, but he didn't leave him. I like that line though a lot. That's actually a really, really good one. For you, Damon, any other locks you got for us? You said Drake May gonna lose some money. Don't scare me because 2 days ago I was on Drake May. Now I'm not.
2,350 yards. I'm not gonna take that training camp thing serious. I just think he's not gonna start unless shit get bad. Like, it have to be like horrible. Like at the first 6-7 weeks of the season to start. So for him to get 2,350 yards with this receiving core in that division and with that schedule, he would either have to start week 1 and shit have to go beautiful, or it should have to be horrible by week 8, like god awful. So I'm taking under on that, and then I'm gonna throw a crazy hot one out here. Derek Carr at 3,325. I'm going under. I don't think he finished the season starting. I'll be honest.
I agree though.
I don't know who the other quarterback is.
Spencer Rattler.
Jake Haener has cancer.
Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, Jake Haener has been diagnosed with leukemia. I'm pretty sure.
Skin cancer or something.
Really?
I want to say he had like the most 300-yard games last year, tied with most 300-yard games. That's why I'm like, he throws the ball a ton, even though it's not meaningful targets.
Surprisingly, they had like a top 10 offense last year.
Yeah, but nobody give a fuck.
They just don't win games. Their defense also wasn't very good either.
Like, I think they had that one really, really big game on a Thursday night football. Yeah. We were at the theaters. We were like, the Saints are going fucking insane. But like,
Olave was hurt a good amount last year too.
Yeah.
So
but I like that because realistically,
I don't think because I think Dennis Allen gets fired, and then you get Derek Carr. You want to start a new regimen. I could start Spencer Rattler. I don't think Derek Carr.
They did draft Rattler.
I don't think I mean, I also seen one like Darren Jones at 2,600 yards, 75 yards. I mean, Darren Jones was a 6th pick. That's like the easiest bet ever, but he's not.
But Darren Jones was the 6th pick of the worst draft we had in recent memory. So
that happened. But those are 2 I would say under for Derek Carr and Drake May. Drake May's, unless he come in week 10 and fucking light it up, it's like somebody who gonna step up the receivers. I would have to say that. And then Derek Carr, if he make the team, he gonna be on your practice squad in about 2 weeks. So it's like that's what it is. And then Derek Carr, like I said, I'm going under because I don't think he finishes the year starting. And then it's like in that division, it's like Falcons should be running away with that shit, and they not. So I feel like they still gonna be competitive, but it's gonna come down to coaching. I think they got the worst coach in the division. damn near the oldest roster.
Yeah, now they do. Yeah, now you're right.
I will say now.
Frank Reich. Woo, woo. Like this one means a lot.
Those
Where is he at now?
are two under.
Probably unemployed.
Yes, he has to be unemployed.
I think he went to.
Probably worked down the street.
Canales went to the Panthers, didn't he?
I think Frank
Yeah,
Reich is like an
David
OC.
Canales.
I don't know, he was often the coach somewhere. I think.
He probably
Not an
is.
OC, but
No,
like,
I think he went to
he's-
college somewhere though, right? Am I
Did he?
tweaking?
Frank Reich.
Let me look this up. I feel like he got hired somewhere.
No, that was one dude.
Oh, you're thinking of their old coach, Matt Rule?
Matt Rule.
Yeah, he's at
Matt Rule,
Nebraska.
he's at, like, Nebraska.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's
went
in
to
Nebraska.
He said he offered Bill Belichick a spot there. Like,
Like, pull up. Like,
Shanahan did too. I seen it, and Belichick said no. Shanahan said you can literally do whatever you want, my coaching staff, and Belichick was like, nah, I'm good.
you know,
Oh, he's at the University of Maryland.
Right?
Frank Reich.
Unless he went to college at Maryland. Just as
Unless
college
he's
in
studying.
Maryland.
Unless you gotta be a student. of the
Man went
game.
back to school.
You gotta be a student of the game. I get it. For me, it's my last lock. I could throw some honorable mentions after, obviously, but Bijan Robinson over 1075 and a half. No, I was a big Bijan Robinson guy last year. I bet his over last year. Like, what was his rushing and receiving? It was like the 1200 mark. He missed that. But
Desmond Ritter was the quarterback.
it's like that's so many variables. Desmond Ritter, Tyler Heineke. I mean, what can you really do there?
Arthur Smith,
the worst human being in the world. We already brought him up earlier. Still terrible. He's, you know what I'm saying, terrible coaching decision. The offensive line regressed so much. It was, I don't know. I mean, I know why. Like, it got worse, but it got exponentially worse, and that also kind of makes me a little bit scared for that passing offense a little bit. But you know, with the terrible QB play, offensive line regression, bad coach, there's no way you're gonna touch 1,000 yards. There's just no way. But now you got, you know, better coaching, you know, more stability in that area. Offensive line regressed last year, so they really all can get better. They really should get better. You know what I'm saying? They got some money invested on this offensive line. And the features of, you know, Kirk Cousins, and if either Drake London or Kyle Pitts emerges, and Kyle Pitts being still a good blocker also does help a lot.
Right.
So I would say last year, I want to say he had 976. He's around 976. That was about 57 yards a game. All he needs to average is 10 more yards a game, which seems like, you know, oh, it's just 10. No, it's a lot. But to average 10 more yards a game, that's 100 more yards I'm asking for him to do. Right. That's a lot. But if he misses a game with some weird ass sickness that he had, all he needs is 67 and a half yards a game. That's very obtainable for a guy that went in the top 10 that nobody expected him to until like a couple days before. I love Bijan Robinson. He's a top 3 running back in terms of talent in the league to me. I don't think there's a team that has a offense like this where we can see 3 different guys break out at the same time after being held down so bad by coaching.
The quarterback, first round pick.
I mean, Michael Penix ain't. I don't think he's touching the field this year.
First round pick. I mean, he's 25. It's like, yo, second
I got
contract,
obviously
30.
got different
like,
thoughts about Michael Penix.
I mean, your second contract, you're gonna be 30 years old.
Yeah, like I want him to play so bad, but I'm cool if he doesn't play 1 year. Like, it's no big deal to me. But either way, that's an upgrade from Desmond Ritter. I would take a lot of guys over Desmond Ritter, but the fact that they got all those things going for him, I cannot see a situation where this offense does not feature at least 2 breakout guys. And I think Bijan Robinson is a lock for at least one of them.
You taking Mac Jones over Desmond Ritter? Mac Jones over under 50 snaps played this season.
Yes.
Trevor Lawrence injury prone.
I'm taking Mac Jones over any day of the week.
Over
actually.
under 50 snaps for Mac Jones this year, bro. Trevor Lawrence gonna get hurt.
I'm going under because I'm very high on Trevor Lawrence this year. But that's a different conversation for a different day. I can't get too much into that, but I am very high on Trevor Lawrence this year.
Ew.
For you, Skyler, one more lock.
Yeah, I got one more. I'll say. I'll actually play off of your Bijan one because a team total I liked is the Falcons over 9.5 wins. They finished with 7 last year with your combination of Desmond Ritter and Taylor Heineke leading QB. Now you're bringing in Kirk Cousins, who isn't like amazing, but he's shown he can lead a very good offense. He can lead a good team. Like in the regular season, he could easily be almost an MVP candidate with the numbers he puts up. He throws the ball. And they got the weapons. They got BJ on the backfield. You got Drake London and Kyle Pitts and Mooney. Like, so he'll throw it to them. Like, just this offense should be so immensely improved. They should easily add 3 more wins on. They have a favorable schedule from finishing so bad last year. Your coaching staff coming in from the Rams. Like, that's a good coaching staff that should be proven to win some games. Like, if they don't hit this mark and win this very easy division or weak division, in my opinion, I'd be pretty surprised. So you can get that minus 148 for over 9.5 wins. Like, everybody picks them to win the division. They should win the division with at least 10 wins. Like, I just don't see it not happening with them getting 10 wins. Like, just three more games to win. Come on, like Kirk Cousins over Heineke and Ritter combination at QB with no more Arthur Smith. Like this should be something that
I
hits.
just don't remember who they hired as offensive coordinator, but
Zach Robinson. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so I mean, I agree with you.
No, wasn't he a head coach?
No, Zach.
Raheem Morris is the head
Yeah.
No,
Zach
no,
Robinson's
no.
the OC,
Zach,
right?
Zach Robinson is the OC, right?
Yeah, Morris is the head
Yeah,
coach.
I think
I had him
took him with
flipped.
him,
Yeah, I had him flipped.
I was surprised that he was able to get Zach Robinson.
I know Morris is as a defensive guy. He was a D coordinator for
Yeah,
me.
and like that defense was great last year.
Yeah.
And like now, if you have an offense that can help that defense stay off the field more and keep them more refreshed, they should be even better.
Yeah.
Like if they don't hit 10 wins, I'd be surprised.
Honorable mention time. You could rifle off some if you got any, Damien.
I'm just gonna say my honorable mention, man. MVP. I can't believe I'm saying.
Oh no.
It's not Tua. I swear.
Oh.
Jalen Hurts. Oh.
Oh my God! What did Mercedes do to you? To
I
get
know,
you
Lord.
so-
I know she actually bribed me, man. I don't know. I
Tua.
have a lot of faith in the Eagles this year for some reason, man. Like, Kellen Moore isn't my favorite OC, but I'm not gonna say last year was all his fault with the Chargers because he dealt with a lot of really unfavorable situations. I know he likes to run out a lot of play action. I think that'll help because, in my opinion, Jalen Hurts, I don't think he's a horrible passer. He's not great play action, will help a guy like that. Hopefully we'll see a lot less tush push. I feel like that took away from Jalen Hurts' game last year. It made the touchdowns go up. That was great for fantasy purposes.
Yeah.
But when all you're doing is tush pushing, I mean, he barely ran the ball last year, which is
Yeah.
a big part of his game.
He was hurt. Like
Yeah, that's what I'm
week
saying,
two,
like-
and
Like
they
the
still
second
was
half
trying
of
to
last
It's just kind of
year.
tush push. Like let him actually run. Don't like just push him into a pile of all grown men and hope for the best.
And I hope you don't injure your $200 million.
But
QB.
he's at plus 1,600. You just paid AJ Brown all that money. You just paid Devontae Smith all that money. You still have Dallas Goedert.
Saquon
Saquon Barkley
coming
should.
in,
Saquon
yeah.
Barkley should not hurt. You know what I mean? Yeah, losing Jason Kelsey sucks, but you still have a top offensive line. I could see a bounce back year for Jalen Hurts because, like I said, I know last year was pretty underwhelming for him, but that was also a bunch of bad coordinators too, trying to recover from all those coordinator losses.
Yeah, they went through a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That second
For the
half
last,
last year.
for the last
it was
3-4
rough.
weeks, dude, it was.
Like,
it was
I don't
terrible.
love Sirianni. I still don't think Sirianni should be the head coach anymore, but I do think Kellen Moore is going to be an improvement for their offense, 100%.
No, then they'll have a decision to make.
Yes.
That should be interesting.
And Kellen Moore also had a number one led offense in 2021. with
Yep,
Dak Prescott and Dallas Cowboys.
he's led offenses to be just better.
Yeah.
Like, better. He
So
throws the ball
I feel
a
like
bunch.
that's why I just feel like
I'll
it
say,
just
like,
works
AJ
out for
Brown
me.
should have a huge season.
Yeah.
Yeah. He shouldn't just use them on slants because he can fucking catch the ball. But,
Slant boy.
for you, Demonino, the honorable mentions.
I got three. All right. The first one I'm just pulling out of the air. Javon Baker yards. I don't know what is on. Take the over.
Yes.
Obviously,
I like
I
that.
draft him every. I draft him every
I got him in
love
so many
Javon
rookie
Baker.
drafts. I like that.
I mean, obviously, Anthony Richardson, 3,200, taking his over. Right, I'm gonna lie. And my third one. It's Lamar one. Lamar one.
I think he's under.
I'm scared of Lamar this year, man.
Yeah.
All around.
I got his under.
around.
I'm gonna go under.
I'm
3,250 yards. I'm gonna go under. I ain't gonna lie. I'm
I like
gonna go
that.
under again. I'm gonna go under again. Like, it's like you going under 3,000 yards or under 4,000 yards, and J.K. Dobbins is your running back. Derrick Henry's your running back. It's like I
Yeah.
gotta
J.K.
throw the ball
Dobbins
again.
ain't running back. J.K. Dobbins is in L.A.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm saying
Oh,
like
last
his
year.
running backs
Oh,
was
yeah.
like who his running backs was compared to who
And
he
you
got
still
now.
can't read. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying now.
So now it's like let's
Now
just
you
be
have
an
an actual
efficient
running back.
offense instead of being a
Yeah.
volume offense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I get
I'm
it
gonna
now.
go under on his yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just won an MVP throwing for fucking 3,000 yards.
I think like 2,800 and like 20 touchdowns.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was like, I think even like.
He'd be running that ball.
was-
The most he throws is like 25 times. a
That
game,
was the
so,
year.
I
It's
mean,
like, yo, he's the best player on the best team in the league. So let's give it to him, I guess. But
Yeah, that's all that was.
I don't know. I think Derrick Henry in the backfield now with him. I don't think he's going to throw for 3,000 yards. Did they get any receivers? I think they still got Zay Flowers and
Rashad Bateman.
Rashad Bateman, and they
Bateman.
drafted Devontae Walker.
Yeah.
Which I didn't
Isn't
like for the
going to be an impact
prospect.
player with year one, in my opinion, but they might be forced.
they
to
gotta
use
do
him.
and it's like every year
think
Mark.
so, like,
It's like every year Mark
Aguilar.
Andrews get hurt. So like once Mark Andrews get hurt, I feel like every year. So like once he get hurt, it's like fucking panic mode. Like it's like if Mark Andrews get hurt 5 games, and they go 3-2, 4-1, then that's where the Lamar praise MVP go.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go under on his.
And they
yards,
play the
so.
best teams in the league somehow. Like every year, somehow they just end
I
up
love
being-
that schedule.
For me, realistically, I not put too much of research in this. As I mentioned, Seahawks winning the division. The only reason I say that because I've been betting this shit for the last 2 years.
I bet that last year. I bet that last year.
Eventually, this shit gonna fucking hit. That's all I'm saying. But no, realistically, 2 things. One, I think the Niners are very, very much of a mess right now. first and foremost, the Brandon Ayuk situation. I think that's very messy. I think that's definitely tearing the team down just a little bit. And if they do end up losing him, that minus 190 is going to turn into a plus 190, in my opinion. It's going to completely flip. There's no way this team is going to be as good or even close to as good without Brandon Ayuk. And then you got to feature 3 fairly injury-prone players, CMC, Debo, and George Kittle. I don't like that. The offensive line is very overrated besides Trent Williams, who's also looking for a contract. I don't like that. This defense does not have Dre Greenlaw or Hufanga.
Oh yeah,
I don't like. I just don't. I don't like any of those things.
Greenlaw's definitely gonna miss the whole year. He tore his ACL in February.
They could become out that Super Bowl hangover.
Like the last day, the last day of work.
Games, yeah.
Last day
Every year you play all these games, they always catch up to y'all. Last year's got best chance to win it. Y'all lost. You had everybody damn near healthy. Everybody playing at the top of their game. Arguably, one of the best offenses we've seen in the last 5 years. We can't discount the impact that Brandon Ayuk has, the injuries that the other 3 guys have, Debo, CMC, Kittle, whatever. Trent Williams being the only guy on his offensive line that produced at any level. Everybody else is just very mid to, if not below average. You know what I'm saying? Greenlaw, Hufanga, those are really, really quality starters. I wouldn't say they're great, but they're quality starters. Losing 2 guys that played over 600 snaps, that's terrible. That's not going to be good for you at all. And that's really how the 49ers operate. They get these big leads and their defense look good. If Ayuk is not there, you know what I'm saying, any of these guys miss any time, that defense is going to look way worse than they do. So I'm on the side where one bad move, the Niners are out the race. With the Rams overperformance last year, they were good, but they weren't that good. Losing Aaron Donald is going to be huge. I think they're a year away from potentially making a big run. With Seattle, I think them bringing in, different coaching staff. They got a defensive mind at the head coaching spot. I think they're going to be
all their stars are on defense.
And I think they're going to be really good on defense, and I think Geno Smith is going to have a really good year as well. And I think this is the year that we can finally let this motherfucker Tyler Lockett take a back seat from once we don't got to give him all these fucking targets and actually let JSN, you know what I'm saying? Because we're from D. Eskridge is supposed to be good. You know what I'm saying? We got all, David Moore who's supposed to be
then you took
next
an actual
up. You know
good
what I'm
player.
saying? Yeah, like let's actually give these younger guys a chance to work, and I think they actually are gonna. So if the lines right now is at plus 700. I think it's gonna potentially change with everything that goes on in the 49ers and people. They can even better during the year if you want to wait, see a couple games. But I think the Rams overperformed so bad last year that they're overcompensating the fact that last year they were scheduled and projected to be one of the worst teams in the league. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have a running back. Because Cam Akers towards Williams or whatever, he was terrible and got traded. And you know what I'm saying? Cooper Kupp had a hamstring injury that was lingering. Nobody knew Puka Nacua was. Their tight end play was bad. You know what I'm saying? All they had was Aaron Donald. That's what they were saying. And then of course, they end up in the playoffs, and we're a couple plays away from.
I think they lost the divisional.
They lost the wild card to the Lions.
Yeah.
Why did Aaron Donald really like? He just woke up one day and said, "I'm gonna just retire." Like I know
I
he's thinking about it. I know he's thinking about it.
Last chance.
He did everything he had to do.
But like he retired at a random ass day. It was just so random. Like,
Yeah, it
I
was
just wake up and Aaron Donald retired. Like
it sucks because that's my guy. So
who gonna pick the Rams and
Man did everything he had to do.
Let's talk about it.
I've never have picked the Rams. I don't like slow quarterbacks. That's just me though.
I remember I picked the Rams against him, bro. Taylor Rapp. I don't know if he's in the league still or not.
He is on the league, on the Bills.
Oh, he's on the Bills.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's their starting safety.
He actually picked off 2 at the end of our season. Right?
Hey, go put
$1,000 to win the division.
Patriots and Bills are splitting their games, bro. Put $1,000 on it. You gonna win.
Patriots and Bills are splitting.
They gonna split.
I don't know if I could put 1,000 on that particular prop when it does come time. You tell me which game they winning and which game they losing. Right?
Put an extra 1,000. 𝙤𝙀 Gonzalez gonna be the only all-pro corner from that division.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, if they ain't getting one from the Bills, so I agree with that. Yes, that ain't good.
I like it. For you, not Damon, I'm sorry, Skyler. Any other honorable mentions?
Yeah, I got a few I can fire off here. My last player prop I have was James Cook yards at 900.5.
Can you tell who his favorite team is?
Chill. Listen, hey, you mentioned Allen. He mentioned Kincaid. I gotta mention one on my
Where
own.
the Watson talk at?
I gotta mention one on my own. But yeah, James Cook last year finished with over 1,100 yards, and this wasn't until like midway when he became the focal point of the offense. He was really starting to cook when Joe Brady took over. So for them to set this line over 200 yards less than what he finished with last year, when he didn't become the main lead back until midway through, I think this is a smash all day that I'll definitely be taking. Like I think he can easily get 1,000+ yards again, and even contend to lead the league in rushing yards almost if he really wants. He was top 3 in all scrimmage yards last year. So he should be the focal point again, get a bunch of yards again. I think that's an easy line all day. And then I can fire off 2 more team win total I had. I had the Lions at over 10.5. They had 12 wins last year. They have another favorable schedule this year for golf. Nearly all their games are either in domes
16 out
or
of 17.
outdoors in the West Coast or
beautiful
South.
weather.
Like Goff is a fair weather QB all day. That's where he thrives and excels. And if you're gonna give them almost every game in that weather, like he's gonna eat again. St. Brown gonna eat. Laporta gonna eat. Their defense is gonna stay good, get better. Probably like they should easily match what they did last year at least, which is 12 wins. So over 10.5, I'd take that. And then my last one is actually who I think is gonna be the worst team in the league by record, and this is Vegas. I'm taking them at under 6.5. I think they overachieved last year once they fired their coach. You know, they're hyped up playing for him or whatever. But now the Minshew McConnell QB tandem, I think you're gonna prove to just be terrible. Lead that team to a terrible record just so they can set up for a high draft pick or whatever they want there. Samir can prove to, in my mind, not be a capable lead back. And I think Devontae Adams gets traded at some point, whether right before the season starts or trade deadline or something. I think he gets moved. So then once you get rid of him, you just throw into Myers, Michael Mayer, like
Brock Bowers.
Like with those QBs and then those decline of targets, it's like I got them as my worst team in the league. So under 6.5 wins, I like that line, and it's plus money. So
yeah, I don't hate the Vegas. I'm saying if you got bad quarterback play, winning 7 games is tough.
And like they got to play the Chiefs twice. Like the
last time we seen them play the Chiefs,
I guess
Jack Jones, my boy Jack
Jones. The Grinch of Christmas, right there.
Their schedule wasn't great in their favor. So.
Yeah, it really was. They had a lot of good things going.
Hey, we all talked about our favorite teams, but one person. So I guess I'm gonna throw a Watson one out there.
There we go.
3,300
Who favorite team is the Browns?
Yo,
I'm trying to figure that out.
Did you see his touchdown total? 19.5
for Deshaun Watson?
Yeah,
I believe it. Motherfucker's playing 6 games.
I say that under looks kind of appetizing.
Average 3.5 touchdowns each game to get that line.
I say that.
Odds are he ain't hitting that.
That under, I was like, that might be something to play.
I'm already going to a game in November, and I'm already planning to see Jameis Winston versus Justin Fields. I'm already planning on it.
Are you going to Pittsburgh or Cleveland?
Yeah, I'm going to Cleveland. It's a night game. I'm prepared to see Jameis Winston versus Justin Fields on the graphic.
I'd rather see that.
And
honestly,
Jerome
that'd be
Ford
entertaining.
versus
Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson.
I was say that'd be an entertaining matchup. Winston Fields.
I guess if you're talking about meme wise, if you're talking about football, then it's different. But
Cooper versus Porter, tough though. Like, let's talk about it. Cooper versus Porter. Like, if you go to the Steelers,
it's Jerry Judy, bro. Jerry Judy versus Porter, bro.
Yeah, maybe.
Cedric Tillman.
Because shit, if them niggas hurt, then Cooper
Elijah Moore. You still got Elijah Moore? Come on.
I'm still waiting for Elijah Moore to break out. So 5 years into this, I'm waiting for him to break out. And the other day, I'm still waiting for N'Keal Harry to break out. Somebody gonna have to
he
make
switched his position, bro. I think.
I'm waiting for Claypool to break out again.
Under 10 catches for N'Keal Harry. Let's talk about it.
I'm smashing over, bro. But they shouldn't allow me to bet that line. Like if I'm Vegas, don't give me that.
Plus 3,800.
N'Keal Harry should be banned.
Like, lead the team in receiving yards. It's like Justin Jefferson on that team, bro. Like I don't give a fuck. Like, N'Keal Harry was a better prospect coming out to me at least. So I don't know.
It's like me and my Irv Smith Jr. I never give up on him.
That era for me is sick. I'm a sick man. I don't care. I'm a sick man for that. I'm gonna always be sick for N'Keal Harry. I don't care. But I ain't got nothing else to add. You know,
I'm not giving no Dolphins ones out. I'm not jinxing nothing.
I ain't giving no Patriots ones.
I don't want. That's why I don't want to give none.
I don't even know who our top 5 players is come week 1. So it's like shit.
Yeah, realistically, a lot is going on for y'all right now too.
My man's Barmore, blood clots.
Bumble clots.
Our top 3 pick now.
May gonna be alright. May gonna be week 13 when he start. He gonna be alright.
Yeah, he gonna be great. He gonna be great when he do start. I said on the show, he's the guy who's got to throw out there and just let him fuck up.
That's what I'm saying. The only one I would really like yo, if I had to bet, would be Ramondre Stevenson. That's because he reliable.
I mean,
to be a starter.
They did give him that 4-year extension. So I am kind of interested to see how he played this year.
Ramondre Stevenson, that's the only one. That's the only player on the team I would bet on.
I think they clearly liked him. They paid him. They didn't have to.
Yeah, they really did.
Especially
I thought
for a
they
running
weren't
back.
going to because you know what I'm saying they didn't have that 5th-year option or nothing. So I thought they were in a weird situation, like a Najee situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I ain't got nothing else to add. Future bets, obviously, different style for a lot of people. A lot of people like ignore them, but realistically, it's something that I feel like everybody could, you know, saying like you could predict, oh, the Bills going to the playoffs, then bet it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying that line's gonna be great, but you know what I'm saying, if you pair it with something else, you know what I'm saying, you got a good line. You know what I'm saying? You put the Bills and the Falcons, you got a good line there. You know? So, you know, I'll always look at the future bets. They do close, I want to say like Thursday night football, that opening kickoff.
I think it's September 5th.
They close like an hour before that, like 7 o'clock. I missed a couple before. Literally, like I'm recording, and I look down and it's just closed. But it is what it is. There are always good lines. We gave you guys a bunch. I liked all the lines that we all gave out, obviously. But in a perfect world, I'd be a millionaire, and I play all these lines. And what? Y'all won't be seeing me, and I'm saying I gotta be here for y'all, so I can't do that. So I have to lose a couple bets. So yes, I will bet the Bills to win this division, just to have my outlier.
That's an easy win, bro.
But that's my outlier because I know the Dolphins gonna win the division.
You said that's an easy win. That's not easy, bro.
That's easy.
Aaron Rodgers just came back from Egypt. Like,
look how I got started.
Let's talk about don't start it because we could really have an AFC East off right now. I really get active with Jacoby Brissett.
I guess I got to. Yeah, go Garrett Wilson. Like, I don't care about Sauce Gardner either. So it's like, go Garrett.
Highest rated corner in Madden, bro.
Fuck him.
Those Madden ratings are terrible.
Terrible. Damon already got into that. He already
gave David the same as Puka.
He already bought it.
Right. But that's all I got for you guys today. If you made this far, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and give us some of your locks. Or if you disagree with some of them, give us your reasoning. You know what I'm saying? All the love is appreciated. But with that being said, we see you guys on the next one.